Great.
What do you think he's done that's so great?
To save the world.
Can you do an impression of him?
It's gonna be great.
We are gonna build a wall, and it will be huge.
I will build a wall. A big one.
China, China, China. Here's the paper towels.
Can you do an impression of the president for us?
You're fired!
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Before we start, man, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I truly do appreciate it. So today, man, it's going to be a long one, man. We're going to enjoy this show today, man, because it's a lot going on. It's a lot of information being put out. And, yo, the Democrats think we stupid, bruh. They think people are stupid, man. And unfortunately, bro, you know, with podcasters like myself, Matt Morse, Righteous Perspective, you know, Officer Tatum, Candace, everybody. There's so many of us that's out here doing the work that needs to be done, because for so long, America has been manipulated to believe just whatever the news put out and what you gonna argue. Now with social media, YouTube, all of these different platforms that people can get on and relay these messages to you that you need to receive. And the Democrats now are trying to make it seem as though they're trying to come to the table and make a deal so that people can receive their SNAP benefits. When Donald Trump and the Republican Party had already brung bills in the House to, I know for sure that they brung a bill for essential workers and military to get paid, and they denied it, bro. On my thumbnail is a picture from the Hill, and it was saying basically that Democrats deny essential workers and military to get paid, bro. So they get, bro, all they do is dig a deeper hole for themselves, bro. Because all they do is lie. That's all they know how to do is deceive people. But you can't no more, bro. You just can't. There's too many people out here willing to put everything on the line to give you the truth. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to get into today, man. So we're going to tap in with Matt Morse TV. He breaks down how the Democrats been saying basically this whole time, it's illegal to give undocumented immigrants health care and, you know, welfare benefits, which we already know, people like myself already know is a lie, right? So we're going to break that down. Then we're going to tap in with Righteous Perspective, and he's going to tap in with a few people who are Democrats who are tired of the Democrat shit, and they're, you know, telling the truth too, calling into shoes, letting it be known that we know that the Democrats are lying. It's their fault, the reason why the government is shut down. Like, they're playing games, and they just need to stop playing games. It's that simple. But, you know, it's all politics with them, man. And so then we're going to tap in with the Cartier family because, yo, bro, people are out here already stealing. Already stealing because they probably already got that notification that they wasn't going to get them benefits this month. So they already out here going crazy. So we going to tap in with them, man. They got a few videos they put together. And then we going to finish the show with the part 2 of the Dave Anderson interview that I was playing yesterday, because that interview was a dope interview, and he was giving so much game, and I want to give it to you. You feel me? So, all right, let's get it popping. Let's tap in with Matt Morse TV. Talking about these illegal immigrants. Proof. Giving you receipts. That's the thing. They can't go against receipts. They can say what they want, but they can't go against receipts, bro. Even CNN, and this is why I tell people real quick, that, that be trying to debate with me about Donald Trump being this dictator or whatever the case may be. Even CNN came out with the polls of this whole thing, because that's the thing. They wanted to play political games, hoping that it would affect Donald Trump's, I guess, poll numbers or something, and basically make Donald Trump and his administration roll over to their demands. And it didn't. It actually flopped. The No Kings protest flopped. Everything that they're doing is flopping because people are waking up and realizing that they've been lied to. All this time they've been lied to. And on top of that, this is how stupid they are. Because not only are you affecting people right now in real time, now you got people going and getting the receipts and showing people what I'm about to show you right now. And Matt Morse is showing everybody that what they're spending our money on. On top of what I showed yesterday with Mike Johnson breaking down what they've been spending money on, all the bullshit programs and whatnot. This is going to show you how much money they're spending and giving these illegal immigrants. It's going to blow your mind, bro. Real shit. Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially day number 29 of the ongoing government shutdown, and in an incredibly ironic twist of events, this shutdown has just exposed over $30 billion worth of federal Democrat fraud. Now,
30 billion with a B in fraud. And that's not including, mind you, that's just in the fraud. That has nothing to do with all the money that Americans receive. Understand?
as I'm sure you might have noticed, the biggest story in the nation right now is the impending shutdown of federally funded food assistance on November 1st, otherwise called SNAP benefits, all because this shutdown that's been entirely manufactured by Chuck Schumer and the Democrats. You see, a whopping 42 million Americans every single month allegedly receive these federally funded SNAP benefits, but what if I told you that when you really start breaking down the numbers, most of these SNAP recipients aren't even Americans at all? But hey, if you don't believe me, take a look at today's bombshell report.
There are 42 million people in this country that need food stamps on a weekly basis. And we're saying people deliberately instead of Americans, because most of the people that are on food stamps aren't even from this country. 45% of Afghanistan immigrants are on food stamps, 42% of Somali immigrants, 34% of every immigrant from Iraq, 23% of Haitians, 59% of all illegal aliens are collecting food stamps.
Do you hear that number, bro? Hold on, bro. We gotta go back just a tad, bro. This is crazy, bro.
23% of Haitians, 59% of all illegal aliens are collecting food stamps.
Bruh, 59%. Bro, they purposefully trying to ruin the country, bro.
That most of the people getting food stamps from the U.S. government and the U.S. taxpayer are not even Americans.
That's crazy,
Think about that,
bro.
And we didn't know about any of this before the government shutdown started, but thanks.
This, what I just say, bro, they're literally showing their hands, bro. And you can see the frustration even on this guy. Like, what? Like, hearing this. Because nobody really knew the real numbers to this. And plus, they tried to play the game with, bro, it's illegal to give undocumented immigrants this, that, and the third. But, bro, they got the receipts. It's over for these people, bro. And listen, bro, people get, oh, Donald Trump, oh, he's a racist. Nobody gives a fuck about none of that. You know what people care about truly right now in 2025? People care about keeping the lights on, putting food in their fridge, making an honest living, not having the fucking government take hella bread out of your check every week or every 2 weeks. That's what people care about. People care about living, having money, making money. And not every time they get a check, it's gone. That's what people care about. And Donald Trump is exposing these people, bro. He's going to go down as the GOAT, bro.
To Democrats,
GOAT, bro.
we can confirm tonight that millions of Joe Biden illegal aliens, people who crossed the border when Joe was president, are now collecting food stamps from a program funded by hardworking American taxpayers.
And so, folks, there you have it. Really, this entire situation is just absolutely insane. And like I said, it's only because of this ongoing Democrat-manufactured shutdown that now people are really taking a closer look at the SNAP program and realizing what's really been going on. And just to be very clear, what's been going on here is that all of us American taxpayers have been paying for around $2.8 billion worth of food assistance per month, or $33.6 billion per year, for all of the Democrats' illegal aliens. It's absolutely insane. But you know what? Here's some more information about the SNAP program that's going to absolutely blow your mind. Right this very moment, white Americans represent right around 59% of our nation's total population. However, white Americans also pay a whopping 82% of yearly federal income taxes. But with that being said, white Americans collect just 8.6 of the annual federal SNAP benefits. So folks, when I've spoken about the far left's plan to replace Americans with illegal aliens from the third world, this is exactly the type of thing that I'm talking about. But the craziest thing about all of this is that still the Democrats are trying to lie about the entire situation. In fact, take a listen to what Hakeem Jeffries had to say about all of this just the other day.
And under current law, undocumented immigrants are already ineligible for Medicaid, the ACA exchanges.
Now look. If you watch him, this is not a really good image that he put up. But if you watch him, he's reading a paper, bro. This is all talking points that they got, bro. This is not genuine. It's not genuine. This is not real. He's getting talking points.
And for SNAP benefits, not a single undocumented immigrant in this country gets a dime in federal taxpayer dollars.
You hear that? According to Hakeem Jeffries,
he said not a single. He said not one. Bro, these people really genuinely think you're dumb. They think you're dumb. Yo, does anybody remember, right? Just that statement alone is stupid, because don't you remember when, I don't know if it was a guy or a female, took a picture of a receipt of a woman who paid with an EBT card. And you know, on an EBT card, it shows you remaining balances on it. And that shit had I think it was like, no cap, probably like $5,000 in cash. And like, it was like $14,000 in food stamps. Bro, he's going to give you the receipts, bro. Why do they think people are stupid? All of this money being wasted, bro. It's crazy.
not a single illegal alien has been collecting federal taxpayer-funded benefits. Which is curious because Letitia James had to say this about SNAP just earlier this morning.
This administration is attempting to use this program as a tool in their cruel and chaotic targeting of immigrants. They are basically trying to weaponize the SNAP program against immigrant communities in violation of the law. They even removed a notice on the USDA's website that promised people could apply for and receive SNAP benefits without immigration consequences.
Wait a minute, folks. Something isn't adding up here. House Minority Speaker Hakeem Jeffries is telling us that it's just impossible for illegal aliens to receive federally funded benefits. However, Letitia James is mad at the Trump administration for trying to cut illegal aliens off of SNAP. It sort of seems like the Democrats' story isn't exactly adding up. Luckily, however, we're not the only ones here noticing all of their hypocrisy and lies. In fact, take a listen to what House Speaker Mike Johnson had to say just earlier this morning.
Democrats are still out trying to convince you that this is somehow Republicans' fault. But the facts are the facts, and the American people can see that very clearly. They see the truth. We brought you a handy scorecard here so you can, follow the votes. I mean, this is very simple. The votes to pay the troops and federal workers and continue SNAP benefits and get air traffic controllers and Border Patrol agents paid.
Now look, notice what he just said. So Chuck Schumer came out today, right? And gonna play it. I'm gonna play it too, just so you can see it. But he came out and said that now all of a sudden they're trying to come to the table and vote for people to get their SNAP benefits. We're going to watch the video and we're going to see if he talked about essential workers and federal employees and, military. But I know he said the SNAP program, which is cool for the people who actually need it, right? He said, oh, Donald Trump is out the country. Republicans are on vacation. Like the Democrats are the ones that's trying to come to the table and make deals. When this chart right here shows you on all the dates, look, October 1st, the 3rd, the 6th, the 8th, right? You see the chart. You see it right here. October 15th, 16th, the 20th, all the way up to, I can't see the last one. I think it said the 28th. Look at this. The GOP voted yes every time. What's that say at the top? Votes to pay troops, federal workers, air traffic controllers, and fund SNAP. Democrats across the board, except for we know Fetterman and 2 other Democrats voted yes. But they overwhelmingly voted no for all of these things. So even if they don't, so this is the thing that people need to understand. They said, okay, you're not going to pass the CR bill. Cool. Mind you, the CR bill is just a continuing resolution bill. It's just an extension, right? Until they get all the things that they want in order, the things that they negotiate and whatnot. So they said, okay, you don't want to pass the continuing resolution. At least let people get paid. Let people get their food. They said no. Now because the reaction of the people isn't what they expected it to be, now they want to come out and try to act like, oh, it's Donald Trump's fault. Oh, it's the Republicans' fault. Bro, these people are jokes, bro. They're jokes, bro, and they're playing you like a joke.
This is the vote tally. You see the dates here. The House did our work back on September 19th, and Republicans voted yes. Democrats voted no on all those things. And the Senate has now done it an additional 13 times. These are the votes. No one can say that this is in any way the fault of Republicans. We have a clean, simple bill, and everybody knows it. House and Senate Democrats are openly admitting that this is their shutdown. You have seen the highlight reel of all of them stumbling into admitting that. And yet they're also incoherently claiming that the shutdown is somehow on the fault of the other party. And the people aren't buying it. And that's why the polling continues to show that the approval of Republicans in Congress is rising with each passing day. And the Democrats, at the same time, Democrats in Congress have the lowest approval rating they have ever had since recorded polling began on these metrics.
And so, folks, as we've talked about quite a bit here on this show, every single day that this Democrat shutdown continues, the Democrats continue to hemorrhage support. And the reason why is because Americans across the country have finally begun to wisen up to the game that the Democrats have been playing. The Democrats have decided that because no one actually supports their insane anti-American policies, they're just going to industrially import immigrants from the third world while making U.S. taxpayers pay for the entire process. And that is exactly what's been going on with SNAP. All of us actual American citizens need to go to work and break our backs every single day and then pay our federal taxes. Meanwhile, the Democrats are just handing out benefits left and right to illegal aliens that shouldn't even be in the country in the first place. But now, just earlier this morning, Vice President J.D. Vance actually had an incredible breakdown of this entire situation that I want you all to take a look at. But first, I do want to say real quick that if you folks enjoy the daily news updates, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a lot. But okay, take a look at this one.
Okay, our immigration policy is set in theory by Democratic policy. You vote for congressmen and women. They enact the immigration policy. The President of the United States enforces that immigration policy. When you have millions upon millions of people coming into this country illegally, it violates the fundamental social contract that the American people get to make our immigration law, not a lawless American president completely disregarding that law. And that's what happened, is a lot of Americans looked at our border and said, wait a second, they're actually violating the law to let people come in, which drives up the cost of housing, actually has a lot of people competing for Americans or competing against Americans for American jobs. And you do it in this fundamentally illegitimate way, because if Joe Biden stood before the American people and said, I'd like to let 5 million low-wage immigrants into this country every single year, the American people would say no. But he didn't ask the American people. He just did it without asking permission. I think that's illegal, but I also think it delegitimizes the entire immigration system in this country.
And of course, as all of you know, everything he just said is the absolute truth. Every couple of years, we have elections. We vote for our House representatives, we vote for our senators, and we vote for our presidents. And through this process, collectively, we, the people, have decided on a pretty robust series of immigration legislation. Time and time again, we have decided that we do not want an open border. We do not want to allow 25 million illegal aliens into the country, and most certainly, we do not...
Bro, just think about that, bro. Just think about this. They scream, oh, Trump wants to be an authoritarian dictator and all of this Nazi nonsense, right? Everything that they say that Trump stands for, that's what they stand for. Like, think about it. Really think about it. And then 25, upwards of 25 million. We don't even really know the real number. But that's how many. Think about, bro. Think about how many people that is, bro. We talking about states, populations. We're talking about whole populations of people they just let in this country. And they didn't just let them in, bro. Now listen, not every single state, because it was mostly Democratic states who these immigrants were flooding to because they were giving them money. And bro, he's going to show you the types of money that these people were getting. And like, this is why, like, my people make me so mad, because, for instance, bro, in Virginia, you have people, you have these two women, right? One is a black lady who's a Republican, who I think they were running for governor, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look it up. But I had them on here because they was talking about the whole men and women sports thing, right? I had it on one of my previous shows. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Do you know that the NAACP backed the white woman? And I'm not making this a race thing, but this is what we do, bro. Like, this is what we do. It's why it's a joke, bro. These people are a joke. The NAACP is a joke. Al Sharpton, Roland Martin, all of these black boule niggas who get on these podcasts and on TV and dance. They dance for the Democratic Party, who never did anything for black people, bro. Never did shit for you, but create programs that did nothing but ruin black communities all across the nation, right? Now they say, you know what, man? Like, we don't even really need them no more. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, when slavery never got the 40 acres and the mule, everybody screaming reparations. When it should have happened, it never happened. Now they want to try to scream and act like now think about it. Kamala, all of them. Yeah, well, we going to talk about reparations. No, they not. You think they giving you reparations? Obama was president for 8 years. He didn't give you shit. He told you that's not how America works. That's not how America works when it comes to black folks, man. But yet, illegal immigrants who aren't from here, that aren't American, didn't go through nowhere as near what black folks have went through in this country. But yet, they just giving them hella shit. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, black people suffering.
Want to spend billions of dollars on subsidizing the existence of a bunch of people that shouldn't even be here in the first place. And you know what? As a little bit of a reminder here, I want you all to take a look at this throwback report going over just how bad things really were during the Biden era.
We wanted to show you just how much asylum seekers are getting in some of our biggest blue cities, starting right here in New York. If you're a migrant, you're guaranteed housing, some of them being placed in hotel rooms that average $300 a night. Then a number of those migrants qualify to be part of the $53 million debit card pilot program. That means they are handed $1,000 on a debit card each and every month.
So remember I told you, I just said, right? Look at this, bro. Look at these. Look at what these people were getting. So when I said that, remember that somebody snapped a photo of I think what they said it was a Venezuelan woman, if I'm not mistaken, of her receipt, and she had massive amounts of cash and food stamps. So that's the reason why she did. You know what I mean? Because they was getting $1,000 in cash a month. $1,000, bro. I've been on welfare, bro. I've been on welfare, and the motherfuckers give you like, you be lucky to get $180, right? Which for me at the time was cool. It was free cheese, and I needed it coming home from prison. Food stamps, you get a couple, you might get 200, something. They was giving them 14. They was giving them a place to live, cash. I'm talking about, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah.
Add SNAP benefits on top of that, and we're talking an additional $1,400.
This is crazy.
In Los Angeles, migrants are given full coverage health insurance and soon could also get $1,000 a month through the city's new guaranteed income pilot program, which is immigration status blind. That means you could get it even if you're not here legally. And in Chicago, they so far have spent $300 million since 2023 on migrants. That's on things like food and even laundry. As part of that spending, it's going towards rental assistance. If you're a migrant there, you could get up to $15,000 annually to help pay for housing.
And so,
yeah, man, shout out to Morse TV, bro. Yo, listen, bro. This stuff is insane, bro. So when they sit here and they get up here and it's like, bro, it's out here, bro. It's out here. They think that people ain't gonna go back and listen to, press conferences and things that the presidents, past presidents, congressmen and women have said, and look into the things that they're doing. The problem is, bro, that most of these politicians forgot that they work for us, that we have the true power. Without the American people, there is no government. There is no money. And they're trying to make it they're trying to put it in a way where they have the control. So when they talk about dictatorship and all of that, understand they're the ones that really want to be the dictators. They really want the control over you. Why you think they keep wanting to raise your taxes? But convinced you, bro, just think about it. They want to raise your taxes. Trump wants to lower your taxes. People out in the streets mad that Trump is trying to lower your taxes because they convinced you that, oh, he's trying to look out for his billionaire friends. They went from millionaire to billionaire. They changed it. They change it next year to be his trillionaire friends. Meanwhile, they're all good. They all make over $150,000 a year. They all live in mansions. They all are millionaires because they done raped you for decades. Bro, motherfuckers gotta wake up, bro. Gotta wake up, bro. Giving these people too much credit, too much power, allowing these people to just lie to you on a regular basis and insult your intelligence, bro. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Let's tap in with Righteous Perspective.
A retired federal worker. And I hear people talking about, the president needs to get involved, and the Democrats are saying this, and Republicans are saying this. This is the truth. The Democrats, and I'm a Democrat, are the ones that actually, in the Senate side, shut down the government. They did not vote for a continuing resolution except for 3 of them. One is the senator of Pennsylvania, Fetterman, and all. So they have to get together and stop holding an American hostage. We're about to have people without food come, November 1st, which is the end of this week. And that's ridiculous. It is not worth it. Plus, the health care companies have already said you're way past the deadline for them to change their costs that they're going to give out to the public for the health care. So November 1st is open season.
Bro, this is a black Democrat woman telling you what it is. And for me, when I listen to this, this tells me that people are waking up, bro. Even if she vote Democrat, it doesn't matter. At least she's open-minded to understand. She's just not stupid. She sees the play. She sees what's going on. She just being honest because that's just who she is. But even a Democrat black woman is telling you that, listen, they could go all this bickering back and forth. It's the Democrats' fault. They need to open up the government. They're holding the American people hostage. And this is what it is. I've showed in the last previous video. But people aren't dumb, bro. People aren't stupid. And they really think you're dumb, bro. They don't listen, bro. They're going so hard for these illegal immigrants, bro, that they didn't want to pass. I believe it was called the SAVE Act, where you would have to, from now on, show identification in order to vote, bro. They didn't want to pass it. And the excuses for why they didn't want to pass it was because, black people didn't have driver's licenses or IDs. Like, bro, they think that you're that ignorant that you don't even know how to use a computer. Like, bro.
So they need to get together. I know they keep on saying the president needs to come back, but the power of the purse is with the Congress, not the president. You all talk about this president being the king, but if you want him to solve this problem, you're making him a king. This has got to stop in America. I want the Democrats to fight, but I want them to fight in a negotiating way like I did when I was a union president versus sitting up here constantly bickering and the Republicans bickering. This has got to stop, and America has got to stop accepting it. Exactly. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
He's absolutely right. And
she should drop the mic
it's crazy that the Democrats are starting to come out and say, hey, what is going on? And all these people out here protesting, no kings, no king, no kings. And she's absolutely right. If you put this situation in the president's hand, you're making him a king. The power of the purse sits with the House and it sits with the Senate. This shouldn't even be a thing, to be honest with you.
For real.
But the House whip minority whip, she came out and said it. Hey, this is the only leverage they have to get their way. This is all they have. So, hey, American citizens, we don't care about you. All the people, federal workers, we don't care. All the people, that are on SNAP benefits, we don't care. We got to do what we got to do to make sure that we take care of the people that we want to take care of. And we got to make sure that we're able, to fund our pet projects, which ultimately will circle back around and fill up the coffers of the DNC. That's just what it is. Hey, you all got to hear this. So I did something I probably shouldn't have done. I Googled myself. And man, troll. Now let's get back into the video. I got a couple additional clips to share with you guys, but hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Million people in this country. There are 42 million people in this country.
All right, so I wanted to just really play that first clip because that was important because, it just goes to show you that people are waking up, bro. Like, people aren't dumb as they think that they want. I don't understand why they think people are stupid, to be honest with you. But like, bro, it's 2025, bro. The information is here. The information is out here. People are no longer getting their information from MSNBC all the time. Even if people do watch the news, people are getting they already had polls that show that most people get their news from social media, bro. Especially younger people. You know what I mean? People my age and younger, bro, people are getting their information from YouTube, podcasts, and other outlets, and people still, watch the news here and there. I show clips all the time on Fox and even CNN and other shows. You know what I mean? So, bro, these people are crazy, man. Yo, let's get into this joint. This shit is crazy. It's the Cartier Family. Shout out to them. I'm going to leave a link to everybody's channel in the description. Make sure y'all go tap in and give them a subscribe. But let's get into this video right here, man. This joint crazy.
Okay, Chef. God damn, bro, what you got?
Look at this shit.
That nigga got the speakers on lock. Hey, y'all. Bro, I ain't got no M&M's. You could have bought that. Lame, man. She shot this.
Hey, yo, real quick, bro. I'm about to let this shit play. But the number one thing that makes me mad about these videos, it's always black people, bro. Why? I'm not sitting there saying there ain't no Spanish or white people, but we just see, like, what we see is we see us. You know what I mean? Like when people think stores getting looted and robbed and all of these things, bro. This is why people have the deception of black people the way they do. It's why they view us the way they do. It's because we do foolish shit like this and more. But we want the respect. You know what I mean? We wanted to be wanted to be respected in the same light as every other culture. But we the ones doing this. I guarantee you throughout this whole video, you will rarely see a white person, a Indian motherfucker, a Chinese person, or nothing, bro. I guarantee you, bro. Let's get back to it, though. That shit is crazy, bro. That should be making me mad.
This nigga got it. This nigga got all the damn shit. Y'all,
At least he grabbed some diapers for the baby.
She said, give me something. Oh, they going. Man, y'all could have bought them.
They crazy, bro.
Y'all could have bought them damn clothes. Ain't nothing but $3. Now you want to wear a mask. Lame, Allie. This man directing it. He is directing this. She said we got off. He over there directing it. This is crazy. Hey, all the TV sold out. I mean, stole out. If you want TV, it's over for you. They will be selling them for the Lowski. So be ready. Everybody got on masks now.
Like, just think about this, though, right? I'm sitting here looking at the video, and I'm watching, obviously you see the people coming out the store with items and stuff like that. But you see more people gradually just walking up. They just walking up all calmly, putting their little shit on, like, yeah, I'm about to go in here and grab me some shit real quick. Like, oh my God.
Y'all could have bought some of this stuff, bro.
Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store.
Bro, look at this fucking bitch. This snaggletooth bitch. This is how dumb. Like, how dumb we are, bro. What are you went and robbed the store. You went and stole, and then you gonna post it? You fucking goofy, bro.
So, they wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off. So I only had $22 left in food stamps. So this is what I stole. Okay, they wanted $9 for this. I said, I don't got $9. Then they wanted $2 for this. They wanted, sorry, it's all fucked up because it's been in my purse. $7.
Bro, this bitch stealing Tic Tacs and fucking, what the fuck was that? Bro, did she still season it? What the? Oh, man, you can't make this shit.
For this, I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. I'm not paying $7 for that. Okay?
Record
Let me
yourself.
show you the most important thing to me.
Stealing.
Short ribs. Take off the label so that you don't beep. Get your fucking meat. How many do you think that I got?
Wow.
How many short ribs is that?
Mind you, she crying. Look at this, bro. Bro, we sad, bro. Mind you, she crying broke. She crying that she ain't got the money, but her nails done. I ain't even peeped, but she probably had some lashes on. You know what I mean? She got all jewelry on her fingers. Come on, bro. Like, yo, this shit is pathetic, bro. It should be sad, but that's why I be saying, like, we need to wake up, bro. And this is why I say education is important. Remember, I ain't talking about math, science, and social studies. I'm talking about education in the home. And understand, bro, my perspective is coming from a new me. I'm more refined, as my man Dave Money would say. You heard? Shout out to him, man. Make sure y'all go tap in with him at Higher, Hood to Higher Living. Listen, bro. I came from this. I understand it, bro. I used to do a lot of dumb shit, bro. Yeah, I mean, I got some stories, and at some point we might get into them stories. Right now, I'm just saying, like, so I don't like to talk like, nigga, you used to be robbing, bro. Why you talking shit like you different? Because I am different. I don't do that shit no more. I think that shit corny. I think that was when I wasn't educated. Because matter of fact, I don't think it, I know it. That was when I was uneducated and stupid and doing dumb shit. And I was getting dumb nigga prizes too. You heard? So, bro, come on, bro. Like, this is why I say we need to wake up and get educated, bro, and really start, because my whole thing is she wouldn't have done this, or nobody would be doing this if we was well off. And when I say well off, it doesn't mean you got to be rich. I'm just talking about maintaining, getting some money, getting to it. If we was getting to it, bro, you wouldn't see no black folks in the store. We just motherfuckers broke in reality, and we got a broke mentality. So that's why you see us doing dumb shit like this, bro. Crazy.
I have a serious question. When are we going to start looting the stores? Because I was stealing before. Now it's full-blown theft. Because what the fuck you mean no food stamps?
They're playing right into
their hands,
hands of these racist stereotypes and narratives that they claim is false and offensive. And they're really just proving it right here.
I'm telling y'all now, why y'all trying to cut them folk food stamps off? They finna run out that motherfucking store with all type of motherfucking baskets. And I don't blame them. Cause you can't make them folks, you can't stop them folks from eating, bitch. Yeah, cause if I had so many motherfucking kids, you cut my stamps off, bitch. I'm finna put a motherfucking mask on, COVID mask on, and bitch, I'm finna come and get my fucking food from this store, period. Because somebody gotta pay.
All right, because
I gotta keep it 100, man. See, I remember I had a football coach say when people are cursed that much, it's because they're not intelligent to think of another word to say.
Yeah, that was too much.
The older and older I get, and I hear people that curse every sentence, I just think you're unintelligent. Like, you definitely, like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, he just doesn't like cursing. But now that I'm older, I see exactly what point he was trying to make. Like, you definitely make yourself look dumb. And people get mad at us for saying, oh, you guys always black fatigue this, black fatigue that. When we make these videos, or I see these videos, how do you not have black fatigue yourself? Like, this is ridiculous.
It's exhaustion.
This is ridiculous.
I think white people are on EBT more, for sure.
Per capita. There's more.
Yeah, but, that's all irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It's black people, white people, all types of people on EBT and SNAP. But we the only ones that's going out doing all of this. When listen, it's simple. If we wasn't on SNAP, we wouldn't have to worry about, doing all this. But this is what this is the thing that I hate that we do, and I've done it in the past. When we do dumb shit or even think about doing dumb shit, we always like you see, all she did was figure out a way to put in her mind that what I'm doing is justified because, oh, they took my SNAP benefits. So I got every right to go steal and take food because I got to do this for my family. Like, that's what we do. You know what I mean? You go catch a robbery charge, a gun charge, whatever the case may be. When we locked up, we find every reason in the book to justify what we do. You know what I mean? But really, all in all, it's just, bro, we just ignorant, uneducated. You know what I mean? And we need to just smarten up, man. We need to get better, And he right about cursing. Also, I believe I curse too much, you know what I'm saying? But I'm conscious of that, and I be working on it, But it is what it is. But I ain't really worrying about that part of it. But, yo, it's crazy. Like, we just justified the bullshit all the time, bro. All the time, bro.
More white people on EBT, yes, but there's more white people in America.
Yeah.
So if you look at the percent versus the amount of...
We have the craziest deal ever for you guys. They're doing Black Friday deals for the Cartier Family My Sleep ever done, guys.
Hey, that's on God in heaven, blood. I'm tired of niggas, mamas, aunties, cousins, sisters, and nephews acting like they scared. On the dead homies, blood, if them food stamps don't hit on the 1st, the 3rd, or the 6th, we riding that down. On the dead homies, blood, ain't nobody. If Trump want to send a National Guard, well, whoop they do. On the dead homies, blood, we gonna eat. Nigga, fuck you mean, blood? Niggas talking about that's what they want us to do, but we gonna do it. The hell? And if y'all scared to go out and do it, well, send me $50. I got $100 in meat for you. I go get that shit on the damn homies. We need to get this shit structured and right though. Cause which days we riding out? Who all driving? And who the motherfuckers that's going in grabbing shit? We need to matter of fact, I'm about to start my own motherfucking boosting unit. On God in heaven. We just need a couple people with trucks.
He putting all this on God. This is crazy, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, bro. I got a little gray right here in my little joint. Like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is, bro. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit, like when I hear this, or when I hear us talking like crazy like this, and I don't talk perfect, bro. You know, I don't. I say nigga a lot. I say things I shouldn't be saying, but I'm working on myself. But I'm just saying, bro, come on, bro. God, bro. And then what drive me even more crazier is that we in all the dumb shit. Then we film it. He filming it. Yo, when we riding out on the day on BD and them and all, bro, everything ain't meant to be posted, bro. It's just not, bro. It's crazy to me, bro.
Anybody who got a car, let me know. Then we're gonna figure out how we putting everybody who gonna fit in which cars.
He
we
dead serious.
Drivers gonna stay in the cars outside and
it ain't.
get
No, he not.
And the rest of the people gonna run in. We need to know who going in.
Listen, dog, I know niggas, man. This nigga dead serious. Like, he dead serious. Like, he ain't. Like, ain't nothing playing about nothing he's saying.
Section, who going in the produce section, who going in the deli section, the bakery section. We're going to have niggas so we don't be running all up in there unstructured and we're going to do this shit strategically. Everybody got a certain destination and when everybody done flocking, we're going to get back in the cars.
Hey man, let's rob a store and then make a video to let people know we finna rob.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, when I already said this before any information even came out, I already said all they're gonna do is close. That's all they're gonna do, dog. You think that these people, you think that you're smarter than these people? You're dumb. You recorded it. You said the days you were gonna even come and do the crime. Goofy, big dummy. Like, bro, all they're going to do is shut it down. And from what I heard, they're going to shut it down. They still going to bring employees in, and you got to order online, my guy. It's easy. So now, what it's going to do is it's going to force you to even do more dumb shit. Because now you're forced to think, oh, nah, fuck that. Let's just break that shit down. Now niggas breaking in. Now it's not just theft no more. Now you got breaking and entering, all types of other shit that they're going to charge you with. And guess what, dog? Guess what? All you people making videos, they're gonna put you at the top. Like how they do in these like RICO cases and stuff like that. Like gang members and stuff. Like when they charge, they put all that on you. So all of these people that's looting and all that, all you people that's making videos, and if you in that area, from them areas where these things happen, bro, they're gonna put it all on you. Guarantee you. And they're gonna make examples out of all you, bro. So this is what we want, though. Hey, man.
The store.
It's crazy,
I mean, guys, they're blaming it on Donald Trump like they do everything else. The government shutdown is purely their playing, guys. I mean, I know they're not agreeing right now. I don't know what it's for. I think it's the people. What I'm hearing is the illegal immigrants that they're not agreeing on. And I mean, I can see that. Obviously, the last budget they agreed with. Like they came to some bipartisan thing and they came up with something. So why is this one so?
Well, I think
different?
it went past the House. It just haven't passed the Senate. That's what the whole problem have been. The House passed it. The Senate never got the chance.
Yeah,
to
it must
pass.
be something really big that these people don't agree with.
Panic is setting in across the country as programs that keep nearly 42 million Americans fed are set to lose funding in just 4 days.
I'm only down to 1 pack of chicken, and I don't even know what I'm going to do for the next month. My son won't have his milk, and we won't have food. I'll go without eating it or anything as long as my kids eat.
But you notice how it's multiple races relying on this, so it's not like
it's
these
not
people
just
white
black
too.
people, bro.
They got privilege.
I don't even know what I'm going to do for the next months. My son won't have his milk and we won't have food. I'll go without eating or anything as long as my kids eat.
SNAP isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Everything comes from my SNAP benefits. I haven't even gotten to the 1st of November and I'm already shaking in my boots.
Benefits will fall victim to the government shutdown on Saturday. And while some states are using emergency funding as a stopgap, it won't be enough if the shutdown drags on. One of those states, Minnesota, where nearly 8% of the population depends on food stamps, including children, seniors, and people with disabilities. And we just learned minutes ago that more than 24 states have now sued the Trump administration in a last-ditch effort to maintain SNAP funding.
Bro, it's all a joke, bro. It's all a game. I'm just being honest with you, bro. These people truly do not give two shits about you, bro. Understand, bro, you're only on SNAP benefits and welfare because they created it. Democrats created welfare. They created the welfare state. They wanted you on welfare. They want you poor. They want you depending on them. That's what they want, man. And we just fall for it. Hey, man. You know, I believe that there's nothing wrong with having welfare there to help Americans. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it. But the fact of the matter is, it's just like anything else, bro. You give a motherfucker an inch, they take a mile. It's the same thing. You know, that's why you got all these illegal immigrants, all grown-ass men who can go work, lifetime HUD and welfare recipients who've been on it for 35 years, 40 years, crazy shit like that. It's not meant for that. It's meant for temporary use. You know what I mean? Let me help you get on your feet, give you some, little 6 months, a year, whatever the case may be after that. You got to figure it out. It's making all dependent people, bro. Depending on the government, bro. It's crazy. And then, but what people don't understand is a cause and effect to everything. So, you not wanting to work is causing people who actually do work, who actually do work hard, right? And use their money to put food in the fridge and to get the things that they have. They work. They have taxes taken out of their checks. That's affecting them. That's affecting the taxpayer. Because we could be getting more money. But we choose to pay into the system. And then you got a bunch of people who are taking advantage of the system. So now the effect of all of this is you got 42 million people depending on the government to feed their families. And we know a lot of it is garbage. A lot of it is garbage. People taking advantage of it. People getting food stamps, selling it, all that. You know, it's a lot to it, man. But it's just crazy, bro. It's wild, man. But I heard, matter of fact, let me pull this up real fast. I want to see. Let me pull this up. Because Chuck Schumer has said something. So we might as well just play it. Little Hard Mind. Let me see. He was playing it. I watched it. Let's see. Let's watch this real quick.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the L shutdown while keeping the people hostage. If we didn't already have evidence that this whole thing is bad faith and Chuck Schumer is a terrible person, well then here it is. This is the most transparent damage control play that you will ever see. The Democrats have essentially spent the last couple of weeks bragging that pain is their leverage, but now that the pain that they're causing is backfiring on them, all of a sudden they want Republicans to bail them out from this position that they've taken. What happened? I thought pain was your leverage, but now you want to ease the pain. And again, without reopening government. I am just so utterly confused, I don't even understand the angle anymore. It just feels like desperate flailing. They're doing whatever, I'm sure behind the scenes they think they're brilliant. Oh, here's what we're gonna do in response to all the negative press. Oh, this will definitely put pressure on the GOP. I don't know, these people need to go back to negotiation school. They need to read The Art of the Deal, because this is possibly the dumbest move Chuck Schumer has made yet. Let me show you guys the latest offer from Chuck Schumer. And of course, let's continue decimating all these Democrat talking points and stances. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so take a look at this Chuck Schumer offer. He's extending an offer to the GOP.
Where are the Republicans? As people are losing their health care and have huge pain and pits in their stomach about what to do about it, where kids are not getting fed, Trump's out of the country, House Republicans are out on vacation, Senate Republicans are out to lunch. And every day the shutdown drags on, the pain is deeper. So it's time for Republicans to get serious about ending the shutdown. So today, Democrats will introduce...
You know what's funny to a logical person like myself and others, right? Hearing this, it's all a joke. Because we already know that it's your fault that the government is shut down. They already have the receipts. They already done, like, what do they think? They're the only ones that have connections to the news or something? Like, I don't know what they think, bro. Like, they literally show the receipts of all the 13 times that they voted, and then separately voted to pay SNAP recipients, the military, essential workers, federal workers, and so forth. They already showed the receipts, but this guy gets up here and says all this dumb shit.
It's a bill that would extend the SNAP funding and WIC to make sure no child goes hungry, no family goes without food, no lapse will happen. And it will get broad, if not universal, support in our caucus, and we will try to get it passed on the floor. We will try to get it passed on the floor.
Oh, bro, this shit make me mad, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It make me mad, bro. Because he said that we'll try to get it passed on the floor. It was already on the floor. Y'all said no. Like, bro, the sad part is this, bro. And I'm going to play the rest of it. The sad part is this, is that, you know, most people, and especially our people, aren't even looking into the real information or trying to find the truth. They don't care. And I understand. I get it. Right? They don't care about politics and all of this shit. They don't care. I get it. Right? All they care about is what? Finances. Making sure they family fed and all that. And I get it. But it's just sad because when November 2026 come and November of 2028 come, they'll still go and vote for these same clowns and keep them there. And trust and believe they're going to find, listen, there's going to be plenty of them running, but they're going to try to find the one that can relate the most. I wouldn't even be surprised if Jasmine Crockett runs for president in 2028. I swear to God, I would not be surprised because they're that desperate. They're that desperate to gain power and ruin this country, bro. It's crazy, man. Let's finish this clown show right here.
Bottom line, it's time for Republicans to start getting serious about ending this shutdown before families lose their health care, their food, and their faith that the president, that leaders will deliver for them.
You see how he's framing it, right? Suddenly he's Mr. Compassion, pleading about helping the families. Ooh, what happened to...
Yeah, so I ain't gonna get into this. Shout out to Liberal Hive Mind. But, you know, I just wanted to play that real quick. But it's just funny, bro. Like, they really, truly do not care about you, bro. They literally could have did this a week ago, right? Even if it wasn't passing the continuing resolution bill, they could have just passed the bill to fund the SNAP programs, the military, and all of that, and federal workers. Everybody that's not getting paid, that need bills paid, could be getting paid. If they would have just said yes. But they said no, bro. And the only reason Chuck Schumer even had this press conference is because people aren't falling for it. They know that you're lying. And what does he do? He starts off with saying what? You know, Donald Trump is out the country. Republicans are on vacation. You know, it's time for Republicans to get serious. And, you know, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to go to the floor and we're going to try to pass so people would not go hungry and it's going to be universal, and it sound good, bro. It's a clown show. It's all politics. Notice in the background we had the joint saying, Trump's main focus is the ballroom. Bro, these people are crazy, bro. They're a joke. Anyway, let's get into this part 2 of this Dave Anderson video. Let's get it.
Doesn't mean anything for black people because 4% of those jobs go to black people. The other 96 are a combination of everybody else. And at the top of that food chain is white women. So I'm not talking about that. We don't have any real backbone. That's why they know they can ride that out. That's why they know that these slick ass preachers will sit up there and they'll go after a Target because Target can be held up hostage for what did Jamal Brown say? $250 million. But you're not holding Dollar General for that because it's a lot of people in these same neighborhoods that tithe to you every single Sunday that need Dollar General because it's the closest thing they can get to food. So it's strategic. It's not about injustice. It's about selective outrage for cash. So it's a stick-up job. So why aren't you going into these black churches and saying, y'all are making between 33 and $38 million a week on tithes and offerings alone, which is billions of dollars a year, but our communities all look like hot
real?
Trash.
Hold on, that's real? This nigga said $38 million a week? Bro, that can't be true. Hold on, I gotta look that up. We gotta ask AI here. AI know everything. Yo, bro. I'm gonna keep playing it while I'm looking this up.
It's up on you, but you don't. You also don't even stand up and say, oh, we want to protect black women, this, that, and the third, but you let your black woman go into the church unchecked. And you're not checking this man that she's getting this word from, who's not encouraging her to read her Bible. He's just encouraging her to listen to how good he preaching, how good he looks.
Send that basket one more time.
And in some cases, buckets.
So even with the DEI hire, right? I often hear about, just like you said, that white women are, they benefit the most, just like affirmative action. So why, even recently, when we have these reports talking about 300,000 black.
Yo. Oh my God. Yo, my goodness, boy. Oh my God. It says, hold on, bro. It says aggregated weekly figures. One estimate from 2025 claim that the black church in total receives, the black church in total. So does that mean all black churches? Receives 14 million every Sunday. However, this figure is a cumulative total and does not represent the weekly earnings of a single megachurch. Okay, so it says, article noted that Lakewood Church, which is not exclusively a black church but has a large black following, received 78.7 million in contributions over a year, with an estimated 43,500 weekly attendees. Damn, that's a stadium. What the fuck? Excuse my language. Its weekly average would be roughly 1.5 million. Bruh. It says offerings across all black churches ranges from 2 billion to 19 billion annually. I wonder why black folks love Jesus so much. It's sad, bro. They going straight to hell. They going straight to hell. Whatever they believe, they going straight there. Whatever it is that they believe in, they going directly. Like soon as, and I'm not wishing this on any of them. You feel me? But I'm just saying, like, soon as the time comes, it's like right there. Like, it ain't no, you know what I mean? Like, everybody else might have to, talk their little spill, whatever the case may be. I don't know how it's going to go. But all I know is them, it's like they got VIP passes straight to hell. It's crazy, bro. Using the word of God, making this much money, but all of these communities in the black neighborhood look the way they do. Come on, bro. It's crazy, bro. God I can't, bro. That's crazy.
Black women have lost their jobs due to like DEI hires and stuff. Why don't we ever hear these numbers in mass about white women losing their job or losing the benefits or losing X, Y, and Z? Why does it always seem like we are the ones that are, losing or being at risk the most with DEI?
Show me a time in life in America for black people where black people didn't go out and get their asses kicked and then somebody else benefited. I will give you examples. If you look at the movie Glory, it is about black people fighting in the Civil War, and they're so happy to fight in the Civil War. But guess what they did? They put them on the front lines, and they got a failed general or failed young white general that nobody respected to lead them because nobody else wanted to do the job. Right? You look at Red Tails. Oh, we fighting because we want to be able to fly the jets and we want to take on Hitler. Name me 5 Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah,
I could do this all day.
You got to stop with the pop quizzes. You know,
making it look bad out here. Like,
no, I'm not trying to make you look bad, but I'm trying to show you that we're focused on the wrong things. Another part of that is no matter where we go, we continue to do this. Do you know what the Black Liberation Movement was?
What was that?
The Black Liberation Movement was happening the same time as the Civil Rights Movement. The difference was one was black, the other one was civil rights. So that fat, ugly, out-of-shape white women can be stewardesses on Pan Am. You know, you ever been on a Pan Am flight? Of course you haven't, because Pan Am folded. You want to know why? Because there were no baddies giving people nuts. Civil rights is how they shoehorn them into it. The number one minority in this country is white women. So they get the benefit. The number one people on welfare are white women. So they get the benefit. But you know what they don't have to do? They don't have to go out here and march and fight for all rights. And then you got people wheeling out Jesse Jackson, who's in a wheelchair, and God bless the Reverend. But the truth of the matter is, his day is over. I remember watching Jesse Jackson in 1988 run for president. They had songs, Run, Jesse, Run. I know I'm showing my age, but let them. They had this whole situation where he was running, and it was a beautiful thing. His time is up, but you're wheeling him out because that's the last civil rights icon that people sporadically respect, because ain't nobody respecting Al Sharpton. He's allegedly making $3 million on MSNBC and telling people to leave Target and go over to Costco, where there's only 3 black products in Costco, and it's only in a small corner, not even an entire quadrant of their stores. So the hustle is in, and why white women don't get affected is because the system is working exactly as it is. Now, why is there 300,000 DEI jobs up? Because DEI programs had to get cut, and because they had to get cut, we're going to cut the Negroes. Because we know you ain't going to do nothing. And the only thing the dominant society has ever respected is the loss of revenue and the loss of blood. Y'all wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight, and y'all don't walk long enough. You'll do a march, you'll do a hashtag, you'll sing We Shall Love Will Come. But after you have sore throat and sore feet, where you at? Not to mention the majority of us are fat, obese, and not necessarily moving in a way where you're physically intimidating to somebody without a hammer.
But don't you think that if other races, you say we'll march for a period of time, whatever, but if other races was to do the same thing, it would be effective for them.
Yeah, because we got it up. I'll give you a real world example. About 15 years ago, I'm working at a station called Power 99 in Philly. There were some Asian kids who were being bullied by some black kids. Do you not know that they had the mayor, the city council, and the school board, and they all had a meeting, and then after that they came to the radio station to talk about different programs and things that they wanted to do to make sure that those kids were taken care of and protected? The reason is they don't just march about it, they don't just vote about it, they write checks. See, we live in this world where we believe the golden rule is still do unto others as you would have them do unto you. My daddy, God rest his soul, said the real golden rule is whoever has the gold rules. Everybody else backs their people with money. What politician have you bought? Thank you. That's why they ain't worried about black folks, because you're not backing nobody.
But do you also think because that their home countries back them?
Again, regardless of if their home countries back them or not, yeah, they can go back to their home countries. I get that. My point is, even if they couldn't go back to their home countries, they are still participating in group economics, and they're buying their politicians. America has always been for sale. Malcolm X.
Yo, listen to what he's saying, bro. He talking right here, bro. He
told you that you didn't listen. The boys told you that you didn't listen. God, I hate to say it. Kanye told you that and you didn't listen. Because anytime he says something, he crazy. But it's funny how he's 100% right. We do not write checks to the people who will do what we need them to do. It's not enough to vote, because once they got your vote, they done with you.
Exactly, bro.
So it's not about their country's backing them. It's about the fact that they're.
This is why I said, yo, this nigga sharp, bro. He sharp, man. He sharp, man. The boy sharp. This is why I say, like, you know, because my boy, I don't know why he just keep popping to my head. My boy keeps, it's a game, it's a game, it's a game, it's a game, bro. But we're in the game. We're actively playing the game. I mean, they're playing the game. We're just on the sideline watching them play the game. And what he's saying is we need to get in the game. We need to get involved. We need to start really being involved with, you know, who's getting in these offices, locally, federally, state, all of that. But they want you to focus on, like he said, the mass distractions. He wants you to worry about everything else. He wants you to worry about Krishan and what they doing and all of that. You know what I mean? Dumb shit that don't matter. Dumb shit that just don't matter. Yeah, we're going to play a couple, I think, damn. Hold on. They might. Hold on.
We are breathing palms, and we're not. Name me 3 black PACs. You can't. We got to get more active in the way they play the game. It has nothing to do with the fact that they can go to Kim Jong-un or whoever the hell else. It has everything to do with the fact that all we do is sing and march and thumb thug and hashtag. We do not shut them down with money.
So what, starting, what would that look like?
Okay. City council, right? There is a guy I have been backing for 15 years. His name is Kenyatta Johnson. When I started backing him, he was a state rep. He switched places with his homeboy Jordan. Jordan went to the state. Kenyatta went to city council. I have backed him, not only with my endorsement, but financially every single election from the time he became a junior city councilman to now he's the city council president. If there's a problem, I'll call Kenyatta. Do you remember a few years ago when that thing happened in Starbucks in South Philly where the guys tried to use the bathroom and there was a whole big protest and there was all this stuff? That happened in Philly. It happened in Kenyatta's district. I called him. He said, Dave, I'm already on it. Next day, CEO of Starbucks is here. That's what it looks like. If you can't get somebody to a point where financially or through your power or your platform that you can pick them up and they owe you favors, you're not playing this game right. Everybody else understands that but us. That is it. That's what it looks like in real time locally. I'm not talking about the big orange man with the weird hair. I'm talking about what happens locally. If we handle what happens locally, everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, I do want to stay on the politics because, you know, politics is very taboo. I've got into heated debates. People have lost friends, family members because of this. You wrote in a book that 90% of us black people have voted Democratic and has failed black Americans.
Right.
So if loyalty is no longer a strategy, how do we exercise our black political power, and what does that look like to you?
It's very simple. This is our list.
Hey, yo, shout out to the Daily RapUp Crew, bro, because I love his questions too. Like intelligent dude, man. I like his question.
I wrote an agenda. I don't care if you use mine or Ice Cube's or whoever, but get behind something and say, this is what we want. If you don't give it to us, we're going to find somebody who does. It's just that simple. You've been in a relationship before and you've broken up with women who didn't do what you needed them to do. You found a way to move around. You found somebody who was willing to do what it is that you liked or what it is that you needed. Why is that such a thing? We are so emotional about politics. We don't realize that, listen, I'm the business bully. I'm not the politics bully, but politics is business.
Right.
Because if I can't get something zoned or if I need to do something or I need to handle something, I have to go through proper legal channels in order to do that.
Yeah, and on top of that, when you talk about, you know, business-wise, like he was saying with zoning and stuff, regulations and all types of, look, they pass legislation, they pass laws, bro. Listen, politics directly influences everything we do on a daily basis. Everything that we do. So knowing it is key for us living here. And this goes for any other country that you might live in or move to, states. Every state has different laws and things like that. So it's good to know these things. And what he knows and what I know and I've come to understand these past couple years is that, we behind. We behind. And it's important for us to get involved. Like, I understand politics may not be cool. It may be boring or whatever you might think of it, but it is needed for us to be in tune with it to a degree. It doesn't mean that you got to be a fucking news rat or a political rat and you got to know every little thing that's going on. No, it's just like being tuned. Like, when you go to vote, at least know who you voting for. You know what I mean? Like we got to start being more in tune with this and other things too, not just with politics. You know what I mean? We need to get out the streets. We need to get out the jails. We need to get out the prisons. You know what I mean? We need to, stop being consumers and be owners. You know, we need to learn how to save our money. We need to learn how to invest in assets instead of liabilities. We need to learn so much, and we're behind in it. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people like Dave the Business Bully who understands the game, understands it's a game, understands he has to play the game. You know what I mean? And throughout the years, he has built himself up to where he got, I think he said 22 books, and he was in radio and different things. Like, that's dope. That's what it's about. That's what we need to be moving more towards instead of, I be talking to my son. I was just having a conversation with my son yesterday because he had me mad at him about some stuff with school, and I'm always constantly, because I think it's a fear of mine to see my son go down the path that I went down. You know what I mean? And it's like, he actually has a father. My son lives with me. I take care of my son. I feed my son, good energy, good advice. I give my son jewels on a regular basis. That's what I do for my son. I don't teach my son, about no street shit. I let him know all that shit to me is corny. I'm past all that. And I tell him my story. I'm raw with my son. I keep it real with my son on everything. You know what I mean? My son 15. He'll be 16 this year. Like, he a young man. He need to know that we live in a wicked world, also a beautiful world at the same time. And it's like, you gotta learn these different things. But instead, a lot of these kids, including my son, he be worried about the wrong shit. Like he said, mass distractions. I done told my son more. I'm gonna give you an example. I started a podcast. Last year I was doing clothes. I showed my son coming home from prison, multiple felonies, that even with all the things I went through, I'm still able to, bring my visions to life. I started a hat company and I had an idea for a hat. I'm not going to tell you the ultimate idea because at some point I want to go back to it, but whatever, you probably go to my page, see it or whatever. But I told him what I wanted to do. Same thing with this podcast. I'm about to do a podcast. I'm going to start it in June. And that's what I did. Not only did I just buy equipment, I actually built a room, a whole studio. I'm using a green screen, but I got a whole studio right here. That's set up. And it's a music studio too. It's not just for podcasting. You know what I mean? And I did the music thing because my son liked doing music, so I want to invest in him. He got his own little thing in his room, and he also got this down here. That's a little bit more better than what he got, but that's neither here nor there. The facts of the matter is I showed my son that, even going through things you go through, you can still be successful and do things. And this is the mindset that we need to have. And I'm telling him that shit corny. Trying to be cool, trying to be down and I try to break all these things down to him. Like, bro, in 20 years, bro, all of the people that you think is cool, unfortunately might be in jail, dead, or just moved on, successful somewhere else doing something else. You ain't even going, none of these people are even going to be existing in your life. So focus on you. And when you dead and gone, man, you might get a little year of some love and all that. After that, people moving on because life goes on, bro. And I tell my son the harsh realities of life, hoping that, he catch on, because I just don't want to see him go down the paths I went down. I want them to make smart decisions. And it's important, bro, that the education starts in the home, bro. Let's get back to this video, though, man. I'm
It's
going
dirt
off on
simple.
some other
This
shit.
is transactional. It's not just your vote. It is financial. We can spend money on absolutely everything else, but not that. No, that's what it looks like. That's what everybody else does. And if you think I'm lying, explain to me why we've had so many liquor companies not have issues. We've had so many pharmaceutical companies that have been poisoning our community specifically for so long and going unchecked. And anytime somebody brings it up, it's like, oh no, but yet and still, we know more kids in the past 15 years have had autism in our community than we even knew what the word was 15 years ago. There is a reason. And you can say whatever you want, but there are plenty of studies. All of these things happen because these companies understand that this game is for money. That's why there are lobbyists. If you have people lobbying for you and you're paying those people very well, you can get away with a whole lot. It's the same reason that, let's take food, because all of this is politics. The dyes in Fruit Loops in America are not what goes to the European Union, is not goes what up north to Canada.
They banned them.
Right.
Which is
You
crazy.
can't get that stuff. And no yellow number 5, no red, this, that, and the third. And the funny thing is, they're all made in Battle Creek, Michigan. So Toucan Sam, follow my nose in America is still Toucan Sam, follow my nose in Canada. We ship from America to Canada to the rest of the world.
But it's different.
So if you know how to do it there, why is it that ours are more bright and more colorful? Because that's marketing and we want the kids to look at the colors. That's lobbying because somebody paid the right people in the government to look the other way and say it's okay, or high fructose corn syrup, which automatically leads to black people like your grandmama, your auntie, and sometimes people my age who are middle-aged having the sugar. And you say, well, you know, diabetes runs in my family. No, diabetes runs in your family because nobody in your family runs and you're eating trash. I'm sorry, how? Like, at what point do we not say that if they can do this and poison us, why is it we can't write checks in order to make it happen? Do yourself a favor. In 1992, there was a movie Eddie Murphy put out, and Eddie Murphy has been trying to very covertly send Black America messages for as long as he has been in entertainment, but we're too stupid to catch them. The Distinguished Gentleman. There's a scene where he's sitting down with a character played by Lane Smith, and he says to him, so, Congressman Johnson, where are you on sugar? He's like, I don't know. Where should I be? Because he doesn't know anything. He hustled his way into Congress. And he says, well, if you're for sugar, I got money for you from the corn syrup people. I got money from you from the sugar lobby. If you're against it, I got money from the parents groups. How you want to play it? Everybody understands that politics is business except for black folk. Cut the check and find people who will cut the check. And if you cut the check and they don't do what you say you do, you'll vote them out. You run a campaign against them and you call it a day. Because it worked wonders when they got the guy who went and prosecuted Bill Cosby in place over the guy who said he wasn't. There's a guy named Bruce Castor who says, I'm not going to prosecute Bill Cosby. For what? We got bigger things to do. And the guy ran a campaign. I got the commercial. I'll show it to you off air, where he was like, Bruce Castor didn't stop Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is a 78-year-old man at the time. Like, that's not your biggest threat. Matt Lauer had a door installed that could close and lock like a James Bond villain. And I can tell you, having worked for NBC Universal, you can't get a paperclip past there without somebody knowing. But nobody bought him.
Like a trap door?
Not a trap door, but you can close and lock the door. He had a button on his desk. You can close, lock the door, turn the blinds down so he could set the mood to do whatever he could do, allegedly. For the sake of your check. You see what I'm saying? So there's ways to write checks.
So how do we, because the last election, what black men specifically saw was a lot of guilting and shaming, and every election we hear our ancestors fought for us to be able to vote. There's a lot of shaming tactics and never any actual tangible solutions, especially when it comes to black men and how we choose to vote. We usually go with our women, and because our women are emotional, then it's like, I've spoke to men who changed their vote because their wife was upset or emotional, and now they voted for, come out, or whatever the case is. That's not who they truly wanted to vote for, because they did, whether they voted independent, Republican, whatever the case is, they had their own belief system, and they actively got shamed out of that belief system and who they voted for. So how do we get to a point where we could actively make a group decision without it being emotional based or emotionally charged.
This is a business transaction. Whoever doesn't understand that does not need to be in the conversation.
Exactly.
See, the problem is, again, we keep embracing our trash.
Yeah.
It's an emotional decision. I'm sorry, did you vote for Kamala in the primary?
I didn't vote.
Did you vote for Kamala in the primary? Did you vote for Kamala? There was no primary. They appointed her as if Joe Biden had died. He didn't relinquish the presidency. They said, after the DNC said, listen, you're whack, you twisted, your girl's a hoe, you broke your kid and yours, and everybody knows. Bro, you fumbled that debate. Even Trump was like, I don't know what he said. I don't even think he knows what he said. He lost that debate in rare fashion. And they said, nah, bro, you can't run. So then they started spinning. And because black people don't question nothing about the media, they believe whatever they put on these damn screens. They said, oh, well, Joe Biden needs to concentrate on doing the work for the American people, so he can't run a campaign. So we just gonna put Kamala in there. Wait, what?
Last minute. Last
Obama
one.
said, I think it's very important. Michelle and I have been talking. Well, what we're going to do. We think it just should run to the convention because that's how it works in a constitutional republic. In a democratically chosen constitutional republic, you are supposed to have a candidate that everybody chooses. They just appointed her and they started making the phone calls the same way Joe Biden was losing when he ran beforehand, and everybody dropped out. Just magically, they got a call, and everybody dropped out. And we all know who they called, the first black president. Just like when LeBron was in the bubble and he was about to do an NBA walkout, the first black president called and said, hey, LeBron, you're not doing that. We got to stop being emotional. We got to stop letting interlopers and Manchurian candidates play in our face. Everybody talk about, well, no, how can you say Kamala's not black? Do me this favor. Let her finish this sentence. Boom, bye, bye, in a body boy, it. If she can finish that, or she can produce somebody, Jamaican, who can finish that, then we can have a conversation. And where are her black relatives? It's just her daddy? Because listen, I got issues with my father's side of the family. I still got cousins I know who can vouch for the fact that I'm a foundational black American. I got people on my mother's side who I don't mess with who can still vouch for the fact that I'm a foundational black. You can find somebody.
And what he just said about that, like specifically on that Kamala shit, he said, I'm a foundational, black American. Like, bro, it's a distinction. You will not go to Jamaica or even Jamaicans here that are in America would never tell you that they're African American. Never. So even if you take the, and then that's when, once all that starts coming out, then they're like, well, she's black. She's still black. Like, Jamaican is black and they're black. Bro, the fact of the matter is, bro, they lie in your face on a regular basis, bro.
But they told you that this is who you like, and you liked it. The same way they told you, hey, we like Tim Walz. You mean Tampon Tim? You mean Tim Walz that let George Floyd die? That same Tim Walz who let Minnesota burn?
To the ground.
And you bought in it with no question. Do me a favor off the top of your head. And again, I'm sorry, I promised you this is the last pop quiz I'm going to give you. If I don't, hit me with the Hennessy bottle, I promise.
We are failing right now.
This is the last pop quiz I'm going to give you. Give me 3 tenets of Kamala Harris's plan for Black America.
For Black America?
For Black America. She had one. It was last minute. It took her 48 days to do it. But please, tell me 3 of them.
Sure.
Well, was one of them healthcare?
What?
Free healthcare?
That's not for Black America.
Oh, okay.
And they all run on free healthcare, but none of them did it. Bill Clinton ran on free healthcare.
We don't got that for Obama. There's no black agenda for any. I mean, we don't.
Yeah, but she put one out, and because you didn't know, let me educate you. She said, "Well, we're going to find a way to make it legal for black men to sell weed. Y'all sell weed?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Now.
Okay.
I don't sell no weed now.
No, I don't do
and
that.
then we're going to have an opportunity economy where you can go and you can get you can get up to $25,000 to put down on a down payment on your home if you're first generation, which automatically excludes foundational black Americans. She played the game. And you know what else she gave you? And again, even my wife know I love Megan Thee Stallion. I don't need her at a political rally though.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dave Anderson, the business bully. Dope ass interview, bro. You know what I mean? But if y'all want it, I'm gonna put the link in the description to that video so y'all can go check out the rest of it. I ain't gonna play their whole content. Shout out to the RapUp Crew. That was a dope video. I love the questioning too, man. It's dope. It's got like a little it's a little versatility there, but everything that he was saying, bro, from start to where I ended was 100% factual information that he's giving you about how these Democrats in general, but especially these Democrats, play in your face, man. And all they care about is your vote. Once they get that vote, bro, they don't care about nothing you talking about. They don't care about none of that. And you see that all across the nation, bro. And you also just see it just look in your neighborhood, bro. Just look in your neighborhood. That's all you gotta do. And you see that you know where the resources are going. And it's not going there, bro. But my thing is, like, how long, like with everything, you can sit there and say, white people put drugs in the hood. Okay, cool. How long we gonna continue to keep selling them and going to jail for selling them and killing our people when we selling them? At some point, we just gotta be like, all right, that was a setup, because it was a setup. And we fell for it. You know what I mean? Like, we just, you legally a slave when you go to prison. You forfeit your rights. That's what they want you to do. So how do they get you to do that? They set up these pathways for you to do so. You know what I mean? And this is why they understand human behavior. They understand people in general. And they give us exactly everything we want. And you think about the things that we care about the most, it be all shit that really has no real benefit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It has no real nutrients for you, and that was my thing. Bro, when I was in jail, right, I understood that I was around a lot of people who didn't think like me, really. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, this shit whack. And I'm like, yo, it's hell of us here. Most of us got children. And I just started thinking about all that stuff. And then I went back. I'm like, yo, we shitting on our ancestors, actually, man. Because they actually went through real slavery. Then they went through real segregation, real Jim Crow, right? Fought for the freedoms that we have today. And all we do is voluntarily, do dumb shit, go to jail on a regular basis, have kids out of wedlock, got manipulated. Like, everything is a setup. Look at the abortion thing. Black people abort the most children. Why? Because you've been manipulated to do so. You don't got to keep that, babe. You don't got to do that. Just get an abortion. They done manipulated you to believe that that's fine, that's okay. You could do that. You got that right to do that. My body, my choice. That's what they say. You know what I mean? But abortion, literally from the start, its inception was to literally extinct black people. That's what it was used for. And it's like every setup that they put in place back in the day, we still continuing it today. And then we want to bitch about the outcomes that we have in our communities. Come on, bro. This is what I say. This is what I mean when I say we need to wake up. And I was one of the people that needed to wake up. Am I perfect? No. There was things that I'm still working on myself. Yeah, I'm only 4 years removed from prison, which means I'm only going on, 5 years removed from the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be. I don't act like I am. And the things that I'm talking about is things that I'm like, yo, I'm also talking to myself first. My mouth is closer to my ears, so I'm speaking to myself when I'm speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just, putting this information out there as if, like, I got everything in life figured out. I just understand that I can think logically enough to see through all the bullcrap that they selling us. And I used to be like everybody else that, that looked like me. Like, used to really think that, we Democrats and we got to, if we do vote, we got to vote this way. Or I used to have the mentality of, man, they all puppets and this and that, which I do believe that that's true, but I don't think Donald Trump a puppet. I think out of all presidents, he's not a puppet. Like, the things that he say, the things that he do, like, it's not your norm. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, for a person that literally everybody always liked. And I'm not talking about, like how people love Michael Jackson. Nah, I'm talking about, bro, I never used to, like, in songs, cameos, like Donald Trump was a household name. Everybody knew about Donald Trump. Everybody wanted to get money like Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and then for him, literally, The Apprentice for what? I think he had Apprentice for 10 plus years and all the things that he did. You ain't never, to be honest with you, the scandals and all this stuff, I ain't really hearing that. I mean, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I never even heard anything really negative. And I guess back in the day, they had the thing with his dad with the not written to black people or whatever the case may be. And that might have been true. And me, the way I look at that, not giving him a pass, but also, bro, his dad came up in them times in segregation and Jim Crow. So it's not like shocking. You know what I'm saying? But Donald Trump actually removed himself from what his dad was doing and started getting into hotels and casinos and shit like that because he didn't even want to deal with that. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, bro, that all I'm saying is literally everybody liked Trump, including the people that got on stage at the DNC and was talking all of this shit about him. And then now everybody just hate this dude. Like what? So it's just like, bro, it's not hard. You can do your own research and see that these people are frauds, bro. And more importantly, bro, they just lied. They just lie, including Obama, bro. Everybody want to love Obama, bro. I'm just saying, bro, the nigga was a fraud, bro. The nigga was a fraud. You know what I mean? Like you got to think about it, man. It'd be like all these years, right? Because allegedly before the Constitution or the Declaration, either one of them, there was a black president. Allegedly, there was 4 presidents before the Declaration of Independence, and that's when George Washington became the first president under the Declaration of Independence, right? But before that, there was 4, and so it was a black, I think his name was John something. I did something on it in one of my past videos, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Obama, all these years, we've been waiting on the savior. He came. It was Obama. He was saying all the right shit. Smooth talking black dude. You know what I mean? Shot the jumper and all that shit. Smoked cigarettes. You relatable as fuck. You know? You know what I mean? And all that 8 years, people voted for him, loved him. And come to find out, he ain't do nothing for us. He ain't do nothing for you. Like, that's what we do, man. We just got to wake up, bro. But I just really want to see our people really get in tune with, like building our credit and getting into business and learning how to be entrepreneurs and teaching our kids, at the minimum, teaching our kids just different ways of thinking and get away from all the gangbanging and all the social norms that's in our communities that we need to get away from because it ain't doing nothing but hurting us. And that's just a fact. Like, this is a fact. Like, boy that was talking about, running in the supermarket and stealing, and we need to be structured when we do it and all of this. Like, the way he was talking, just, like, he's not going anywhere and talking in any corporate rooms, getting a job or anything, talking like that. It's just not, bro. I don't know. I just think that shit is a turn off at this point in my life, man. My man sent me a video yesterday of a dude getting locked up in the city in Camden, and it was people out there, and he said that the one lady was somebody that was dealing with people in the city, like she was like, I guess like somebody that was in tune with maybe like city councilmen or whatever the case may be. And the bull, they said he was locking them up for loitering or something, and they said that he literally been, I guess, asked to move from that area plenty of times, and he keep coming back, so they was arresting him. And instead of them, letting the police do their job, and after the fact, telling boy, like, look, whatever you got to tell him to try to get him to, get away from that area or whatever, so he don't get locked up. But no, she indulging in it. And that's what we do. We justify the bullshit. He out there with the ski mask on, and, motherfucker walk around, ski mask on, all black, looking like that. Look, when you watch movies, they portray criminals as who? Niggas with the sagging their jeans, you know, the whole gangster thug image. So when you walking around or you doing things and you get profiled because you got the gangster thug image and what comes with being gangster and a thug and all of these different things. Like, you might have a weapon, you might have drugs, all the things that they looking for. So it ain't like a coincidence that they profiling you. If you don't want to be profiled, how about you don't look like the profile? Simple, man. Anyway, man, this shit just make me mad, bro, and I be going off on my little rants. I apologize. But anyway, man, that's the show for today, man. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button, hit that share button, comment down below. Also, hit that subscribe button, because it costs you nothing. You know, when you tune in with me, you ain't bugging. This your boy SL550. This is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Holla at y'all next time. I'm out.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.